to be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Cardinals and the Texans on Monday
We've all
Night
waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you have quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and 86 points too.
Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. He stopped on the return at the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Pass caught by Tank Dell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Diggs there to bring it in. The pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston first. From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Tank Dell, the touchdown. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. So here come the Cardinals now as they get set for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They give it to him again. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Arizona. Blown back, gets the handoff. Open space inside the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. They're set up at the 35 now. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, We know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's a give up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. That pass is complete to McBride. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Pushing the pace right away to start the game. Working inside the red zone. Gets him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And the hit stuffs him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Trying to work quickly now. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cardinals finish off their opening drive. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get a 6.
Yeah, these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 31. He's on the move. He takes it himself.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Texans gonna kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. 2nd drive of the game upcoming for this Arizona offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action here. He's got his man. It's the rookie out of Colorado. And he reaches the 35 before going out. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. He's got a man left. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's a handoff up the gut. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Christian Harris on the stop. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. They'll throw it. Setting up the running back screen. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Cardinals football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. They pitch it to him. It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Certainly drop these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the 1st down. If anything, they could see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That throw behind his intended target.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Completed to his running back. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. McBride hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals take a 2nd quarter lead. That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers have to determine how severe this may be. 1st down, Stroud. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Returning it from the 4. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. On the gun, Stroud. Still going inside the 35. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Stroud throwing here on 1st. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This return starts at the 5. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 30. The Cardinals ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting 2nd right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. They've got 1st down from the 31. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Christian Harris on the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Now looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Christian Harris on the stop. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. That one's complete, right side. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you can get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's a throw. Complete. It's Weaver. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Now they send their back in motion right. He's got it in the red zone. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Is in for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock. Well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just a machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return coming from the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Texans going on offense now, just before halftime. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime.
Chuck it up here, Ray.
Shotgun now for Stroud.
No.
Schultz with the catch. And he'll go down and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. This is complete to Schultz. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of downs for them from the 46. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Escapes out to the left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Final timeout called by the Texans. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the set. And the coverage is too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw, Stroud. Sends it to Diggs along the sideline. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Tommy Townsend on to punt. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And it can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? So this one flies out right around the 15-yard line. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down at the line. The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Cardinals are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's got the job done on the ground as well. 2nd among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Complete right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. To the well again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Another carry for him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's brought down for a loss. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Dell with the grab. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Now it's Stroud. Getting out to it. On the turf. Ball's out. He lost it. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Running for it. Mixon. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Texans start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Going after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cardinals returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. On 1st down, they'll run. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. Only 1 quarter remains. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he only manages 1. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. He's got the hook up to Weaver. And they get this down to the 28. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Looking right, and he finds him. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Oh, he lost the football! And they scoop it up, time to push for the line. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line. Lucky to still even have a shot to score here as they set up now 2nd and goal. First throw for the backup now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To the air, Stroud. Completed to Collins. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Stroud now. Cut by Diggs. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Offense in the hurry up here. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Texans down by 10. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. On the gun, Stroud. Will the Cardinals get to him here? He's brought down. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Here he is to throw. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th. So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And the Cardinals' hands team secures the football. Needed to try it, we all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, a quick stop, a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. The give off here on second. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Running back sent in motion. He'll get him the first inside the 25. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And in for the Arizona touchdown. Kicking team out to try the extra points. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Buda Baker picks it off.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten in for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And he's taken down at the 30. Final timeout called by the Texans. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying the right side. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. They give it to him again. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. And he is into the end zone for an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals stretch their lead to 21. The Cardinals kicking team out, so they'll put a charge into this one. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And there's our last in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So the Cardinals pick up the win in this one. And instead of losing such a close one the week